Hello lovely people, and welcome to my mostly justified book haul. The first few books are library books that I requested from the library that I work at in late 2012, and they just came in the last couple of weeks, and I just couldn't leave them on the shelves, so I brought them home to read. And then I found a few good deals at my local thrift store, and I received a few books as gifts from a dear friend. I thought I would make this book haul a little more interesting, so for every book there will be a costume change. So I'm going to go ahead and start with the books that I got from the library. The first book I got from the library was Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder. I heard rave reviews for this book from the Readables, so I thought I'd pick it up. It is a book about a young girl who is sentenced to death, but she has the option of becoming a taste tester for the commander and risking poison. It sounds like a lot of fun, and that is Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder. The next book I received from the library is Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore by Robin Sloan. I've heard some of my favorite people on YouTube say how great this book is, so I look forward to reading it. It is a book about a young man who starts to work at a bookstore and realizes there's a bunch of people who are into conspiracy theories, and it becomes a great adventure. That is Mr. Penumbra's 24-Hour Bookstore. The last book I got from the library is Lamb, The Gospel According to Biff, Christ's Childhood Pal by Christopher Moore. This is another book that I heard really great reviews from the Readables. It's been on my wish list for quite some time, so I went ahead and requested it from the library, and I look forward to reading it very soon. The next few books I got from my local thrift store, I got these 3 books for $1, and the first book is The Giver by Lois Lowry. I think I read this in grade school, but I can't really remember anything about it, so I am looking forward to reading it again, so it'll be like new. I believe that this is kind of a dystopian novel, and it's written for middle grade to young adult. And everyone says it's a really great book, so I'm looking forward to reading it. The next book I got from the thrift shop is The House of the Scorpion by Nancy Farmer. This book is a science fiction book set in the future in what was Mexico and the United States. It involves cloning and harvesting children. I'd never really heard of this book, but I found it at the thrift store for 50 cents, and I noticed all the awards and it sounded really interesting, so I picked it up. The House of the Scorpion by Nancy Farmer. The last book I picked up at the thrift shop is I Like Him, He Likes Her by Phyllis Reynolds Naylor. I picked this up because I really liked the way that it looked. The spine and the cover are really pretty, and I've seen it in bookstores before. I didn't realize that it was part of a very long series called the Alice books that follows a young girl from about the age of 14 up until 18, I believe, and this is book 13 through 15, but from the research that I've done, I think that I can read this on its own. I don't know too much more about this book, so if you've ever read these, let me know what you think of them in the comments below. That's I Like Him, He Likes Her. The next book I won in a giveaway, and I'm very excited about, and it is the Beautiful Drop Cap Edition of Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. And I've been leaving the plastic on and saving it for this moment, so I'm going to go ahead and take the plastic off. I'm really excited about this one. And I won it from Super Sushi Pizza in our 500 subscribers giveaway. If you don't already watch the Super Sushi Pizza, then you should go ahead and check her out, and I'll leave a link below to her channel. That is the drop cap version of Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte. The next book I purchased on my own, and it is this beautiful edition of Les Miserables. Of course, being the avid book reader that I am, after seeing the movie I had to pick up the book, and I didn't want just any old copy of the book. I ordered the Penguins cloth-bound edition, which has these pretty birds all over it and a nice red tassel. That is Les Miserables by Victor Hugo. The next 3 books were given to me by my dear friend KelleyJean. The first one is a book that I already own, and it is an all-time favorite, and I just really needed a new copy of it, and it is Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson. As a teenager, this was one of my very favorite books, and I actually did a presentation in my freshman year of college about nominating this book to be a classic. It's a really great read for every young adult. If you haven't read it, I suggest you pick it up, and now I have a brand new copy. The next book I got from KelleyJean is To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. Prior to this, I did not own a copy of this book, and KelleyJean got me this for Christmas, which I really appreciate. I'm glad to have one of my favorite books now in my collection. That's To Kill a Mockingbird by Harper Lee. The next book I got from KelleyJean is another book that I really loved but did not own a copy of, and it is Tuesdays with Morrie by Mitch Albom. I've always loved this book. I haven't had a chance to pick it up or reread it, so now that I own another copy, hopefully I'll get to reread it in the future. The last book I got from Kelly was one that has been on my wish list for quite some time, and that I wanted to read last year, but I didn't get a chance to, and it is Behind the Beautiful Forevers by Catherine Boone. I know I mentioned this in the TBR at the end of last year. It is a piece of nonfiction that has been the recipient of the National Book Award and has also been recommended by greats like John Green. I've heard that it reads more like a novel than a piece of nonfiction, so that really appeals to me, and I'm really excited that I own it and that I can get to read it sometime this year. Thank you so much, Kelly. The last thing in my book haul isn't exactly a book, but it is kind of bookish, and it was also from Kelly. This adorable little Hello Kitty toy. Well, that is all for my book haul. If you've read any of the books that I've mentioned, I'd love to hear what you think about them in the comments. And that's going to be all for me today. I will see you very soon.